How's everyone doing? I am so excited for episode 2. Let's kick it off right now. Today, I've got a man on a mission. He's a Retselom champion. That might have been a typo, but that's fine. We're running with it. And an upcoming, and personally, I think a fantastic Rocket League YouTuber that uses GifYourGame, I think, to its maximum potential. Retselom here has 2,800 hours in. And for what we're going to be playing, what you're going to see right behind me is going to be twos. He's a Diamond 3 currently in that. Rets, how are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm so excited. Let's jump into some questions. What is your biggest strength?
I want to say adaptability for the match, especially when I'm solo queuing 3s and 2s. I'll play off of how the other player plays. If they're playing really aggressive, I'll back off and be a little bit more passive. It doesn't work out all the time, but I try not to get in the mindset of, oh, I have to play my way. Screw you guys.
Question number 2, flip side of that. What's your biggest weakness?
I hesitate a lot because I'm trying to adapt and I'm trying to bring in all the information. Sometimes too much information comes up and I kind of get stopped processing, and it causes people to take advantage of my hesitation. One of the little struggles I'm getting better with.
When you're gearing up, do you warm up before you start playing some Rocket League?
Usually I do. I'll play in free play. I had coaching sessions with Ranny, and that was one of the big things that he talked about is getting warmed up. It's not just for getting yourself warmed up for the matches, I think. It's also getting your mechanics down, playing around with the ball, getting time on it, just hitting it around, seeing how you can hit it, how good you're hitting it, and playing different trainers, just practicing different mechanics, I think can help anyone in this game.
You're alluding to a question a little bit later on. Great to hear. Retselom, what is one thing you wish you knew when you started playing Rocket League that would help you now?
That the skills, just because you're not the top player doesn't mean you can't make good content or you can't be somebody in the community. People can have fun content, or people can have fun with this game, low level, high level. It's all about the personalities behind the car, not so much about the skill level they're playing at.
I'm going to give myself a 6 on personality and a 2 on mechanics. I like to hear it. Now, what got you into Rocket League, and then what made you stay?
I played the free PlayStation 4 when I was on PlayStation Plus. I played it for free on that with my friends. I thought it was a stupid game. I did not like it. And then my other friends were playing it, and he had a little bit of a grasp of what the game was supposed to be, not just, hey, go ball car. And they were playing 2s, and they were passing it to each other very mildly, but they were passing to each other and working together and pulling off some cool plays. And he showed me what was at that time like the best players, I think Krenovi and Marky Duda.
So, talking about you, though, and the game that you're playing, let's talk style. How do you play? Is it aggressive? Is it laid back? Like, what do you like?
I am like a ones. At this current time, I like to call my playstyle, I'm a ones player in a multiplayer game.
And then, talking more about what you're doing for the Rocket League community, you create these YouTube videos. They have highlights, funny moments, and different quirky things. I love the sound effects, but for you, does anything stand out in your videos?
My main thing was I didn't really want to make videos that had like the top of the top plays, like people getting quadruple flip resets. It was about getting cool plays that just a regular person can get. And just a little emphasis or just a little sound effect can really bring out like how good that play could be. And with the fact that GifYourGame can make 1080p clips really easily, I kind of fell in love with the idea.
Talking about GifYourGame and pulling all of these different clips, when you get submissions, when someone brings you a video, what makes you smile more than anything?
The unexpected is what really does it for me. Like when I'm watching Quadnick's clips, he always says like, oh, my clips aren't that great, but he has some really great clips. Like knowing his limitations and knowing what he like his control scheme, the plays that he does are amazing. And I also really love it mind games. Whenever I see a good mind game.
So you brought it up. You recently had some coaching sessions with King Ranny, which you were I thought it was cool enough that you put those up on your YouTube. If you get a chance, please head on over and check those out. But for those coaching sessions, what's your biggest takeaway from going through that?
The biggest takeaway and the biggest thing that I kept working on is just training a mechanic, finding a mechanic and training it. So the first one from the original series was dribbling, just being able to put the ball on top of my car and be able to control it for the most part. It was something I was okay at. I could do it for like a few seconds, but I never like put in the effort to like get really good where I could control it almost no matter what. And after I focused on that, training on that mechanic, then I started training on air dribbles a little bit, and I started training on flicks a little bit. And it opened my mind to, hey, if I focus on working on one thing, I can get so much better at everything else little by little.
You bring up focusing on a singular mechanic as the biggest takeaway, which, final question. Retselom, you can only choose one. Mechanics or positioning?
I knew this one's coming. It's my favorite one. Positioning and mentality, I think, is over mechanics.
Okay. Why do you say that? Bonus question.
It has been proven through players like Gibbs and Johnny Boy. Having high mechanics is not something that I think is unneeded. When I think of high mechanics, I'm thinking of people going for double backboard or backboard hits, going for flip resets, going for off-the-wall air dribbles, going for like wave dash dribbles. Those to me are nice and they can catch people off guard and they will work, but they're not 100% necessary. I think high mechanics are, if you have both, that's when you get up to pro level, but if you just can choose one or the other, I think you can make it the grand champ with good decision making and good positioning over having the flashiest mechanics.
No, that's a fantastic answer. And it's going to be interesting to watch this game behind us play out, and we'll see, what mattered more in our match, mechanics or positioning. So the next time you and I are talking, we're actually going to be looking at some key moments. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Perfect. Let's check this out. Part 2 of the video. Here we are back with Retselom. Ready to check out some of your replay?
I am ready.
All right, let's start it up. I have a bonus moment for you. We're going to kick it off early. And that bonus moment, honestly, is just... So do you prefer the wave dash kickoff? Or is that just something that you learned? Like that was the first kickoff that you learned and then you just stuck with it? Why the wave dash?
So Randy criticizes me for the wave dash kickoff. I do it because in the level I'm at and most kickoffs I go at, it's a very adaptable kickoff for me. In ones, I can very easily take advantage of a fake kickoff when somebody tries to do a fake kickoff, like to the back corner or to the net. And with a wave dash, I can very easily just bang it with the front corner of my car and try to make the hardest savable shot for them off the fake kickoff.
Okay. All right, good to know. Key moment number 1 is about a minute away. That was almost key moment number 1, but we're just going to call that an amazing pass. Just kind of talk me through the next...
with the carry.
Talk me through the next 30 seconds of just kind of like feeling out. You're playing with a new player. What are you hoping for?
Right there. I thought you left it for the ball for the boost there, so I was like, I'll take a little hit. I'm just watching to see what type of play style. Hopefully the person who I'm playing with for the first time, it has a consistent play style, which yours was pretty standard Rocket League, so it was very easy to adapt to. It wasn't really much adapting to. I think I was the one you had to adapt to more. I, for the most part, just kind of felt like you were always going to be there for a pass. You weren't double committing with me. I thought it was a very smooth game.
Okay. One of the things that you mentioned in the first part of the video is you're like a ones player despite the game mode. Do you do you feel that way about this game? Do you think like, oh hey, I embodied the ones player in a twos game?
I still feel like I play like a ones player because a lot of players, especially in the Diamonds to Champs, they try to go up the wall, they're trying to do aerial plays, they're trying to be like Mr. I can't freestyle here. They're trying to go for like the fancy plays, and I much rather just catch the ball real quick and then make a turn on it and then hit it towards their net or hit it to pass to the other player. I'm more playing it's me versus whoever's on the other side of that ball, whether it be the enemy or if my teammate's on the other side of that ball, then I'm trying to get it to that teammate. So I still feel that 1v1 mentality.
Okay. Retselom, right here, key moment number 1. While we were playing, I even brought this up, like, hey, this is probably going to be key moment number 1. So I have written down challenge. We're going to watch what happens, and I'm going to ask, what are you thinking in this situation as you're going up?
So right now, I'm just trying to win the 50. I see him there. I'm thinking he's not expecting me to try to get it past him. He's expecting me just to try to 50 it. So I go for a very fast side-on, like, chip with the back part of my car, thinking I can clip it behind him. The downside is because I'm going with such a fast side-on 50, if he makes good contact, he'll win every time, and that's what happened there.
Okay. Now, are you happy with that decision to go up there? Like, would you take that back?
I wouldn't have taken back the decision to go up. I would have taken back the way I went for it. I would have either went for a solid side hit to the ball, because I could have very easily slammed that into the sidewall, or I could have gone for a bump on him, or I could have just went back.
Okay.
I think challenging him with the speed they were going, I think it was okay. It was just the way I challenged was a silly idea.
Okay, fantastic. Key moment number 2, your antenna is saying it all right now. It looks like they're about to get a shot on target. It's time to get moving in gear. Right here, what are you thinking in this situation?
From right there, I think I called it pretty early on too. I'm looking to see how fast the ball is going. Not so much how much boost I have, because I'm already supersonic. I can maintain it. Just how fast the ball is going. And if I think I can catch up to it, then I'm darting to go catch it. And there I knew I could catch it, so I called out, I can save this, and went for it. And I tried to save it as close to the wall so that way they wouldn't have an easy hit off of that, because at that point I wasn't worried about my recovery, just more of getting it off to the side.
Okay. You explained that perfectly. So my question was, did you know right away that you could get to it? You did call it out. I was curious if you would remember if you called it out or not. And then if I had to choose the second question, is, were you happy with the clear? You're exactly what you just said. That's difficult for them to play. Let's just move on to key moment number. That was executed as perfectly as possible, and it shows even with 0 boost. I think, just don't give up on the play. I like a
as
demo
long as you
right
have the
here.
momentum, boost isn't necessary.
Yeah, you crushed it. That was executed, I think, as perfectly as possible. They're gonna get a little bit of, karma on you, demo back,
Yeah.
and then. I'm looking at the camera when I say this. That's a great leave right there. Fantastic. But key moment number 3 is about 30 seconds away. And your teammate cannot express enough. We might even take a look at his point of view for a moment. How much it's his fault. So let's keep that in mind when we get to key moment number 3. Ball in. We're going to slap that home. So...
Now, key moment for Retselom here. Look at who's making all the goals here, everyone watching.
I must be someone taking SwasAye's controller, because I have no idea what you're talking about. Alright, so 5 seconds away. This is going to be it right here. So you're going to look real quick, and your teammate's going to go up for this ball. And it's not going to go well. I think that's going to be the easiest way to put it. So, this is going to fly in. Okay? That's a screamer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel, again, totally my fault. I can't say this enough. Do you feel that there's anything in this situation that you could have done to save that?
I could have saved it. I didn't. It was a slow reaction on my part. I felt like I should have saved it.
Rough.
At like a pre-jump, I could have saved it, or if I did it in and out, I could have saved it. I feel as though even though you're beating yourself up on it, you did try to interrupt the play and you did try to make a play on them, which is, as the person running back, is all I can expect for the person running back, is to try to make it so they're having a harder time shooting on the person in the net.
So
Overall,
let me ask you this. You know, granted, we just got another one right here, but even with something like that happening, do you feel like we're still in control of this game? Like, mentally, are we comfortable?
I didn't feel like it was a game changer. I knew that it was just a little goof up, just like how the first goal was my goof up, and we were playing pretty confidently against them. They weren't able to really overpower us or overpressure us.
Well, speaking of overpowering and overpressuring, this is key moment number 4, and I'm just gonna have patiently waiting written down. So we're gonna see a shot come in. We're gonna see another shot come in, and I want to know, with the ball going off to the side of the goal, what are you thinking while this is all going on?
Right now, what I'm thinking is, right there was my only worry, was Chivo's first shot. If he hit that with some power and in the top and in the high enough in the net, it would have been a scary situation. But from after he hit it so softly, I was not worried. I saw that it would be very hard for them to get it past me in that corner, and for them to get a shot on it and get power on it. So at that point, us 5 up. It's if they do get it past us, worst case scenario, they're up. They're still down by 2. If I do scramble to try to make a save and I miss it, then they can easily just walk it in because there's nobody in the net.
Okay. So you're not going to change anything about that decision at all, correct?
Nah, that one I'm fine with looking like a scrub.
No, I personally, hey, what do I know? I think that was played excellently. So we're gonna get an early forfeit, 5-2, 33 seconds left. I asked 2 questions though before everyone leaves. Number 1, would you change anything from your gameplay?
Probably just that side-on challenge. I probably would have changed.
Okay.
Instead of trying to do a clip, I probably would have hit the ball, but that's about it.
Okay.
Other than that, I think we played well.
And then number 2, Retselom. Overall, are you happy with the decisions that you made in this game?
This game, yes. I think this actually went really well. I think everything flowed well. The enemies, they weren't playing super bad. We were just a step ahead of them, and it was one of those feel-good games.
Feel good it was. But talking about feel good, there's something that I want to bring up for you. We've dabbled on it in the beginning part of the video, but you have a YouTube channel, and currently one of your big focuses is a lot of Rocket League highlights. Do me a favor, talk about that for a little bit.
Sure. I have a monthly series for GifYourGame highlights. Anyone can submit any type of clip. It could be a failed shot. It could be a really good shot. It could be a save. It could be just shenanigans. Whatever makes you as the player feel like it was good enough to save, send it to me and I can edit into my videos. I try to make it more about the music and then make the Rocket League go along with it, which I think also emphasizes it. I also have other content, which is pretty cool if anyone wants to check it out. And is this supposed to be the plug section?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, Twitter,
There's
Facebook, Instagram, Venmo, what would Tumblr? Whatever you want to talk about.
Of course, I got just mainly my YouTube channel, which is YouTube/Retselom, and then my Twitter/Retselom. I also want to shout out Quadnik. Ladies, if you're out there and you're looking around Victoria's Secret and there's nothing supportive enough, go find Quadnik. He is the most supportive person I've ever met, especially for the situation he is in. He is more supportive than anything you'll find in Victoria's Secret.
And I mean, one, talking about your YouTube series, you know, you always find a way to put in some type of clip. It's crazy impressive. You know, people get submissions, and 2, you're absolutely right about Nick. He's pretty much a beacon of a lighthouse of just positivity. That dude is one of the greatest people I've ever met in my entire life. So, ladies, go support Quad Nick. That's what I heard. What we're going to do, this is the end for me and Retselom, but I'm going to give everyone my final thoughts before we take off, so stick around for that right now. Huge thank you to you, Rets. I mean, I had an absolute blast recording this video. Let's talk about some takeaways, though. Number one, Rhett says early on in the video that he's a ones player that uses his ones gameplay in twos, threes, whatever. And I think he absolutely crushes some adaptability for that. We see it in this game just how well he molds to his teammate, and I appreciate that more than you know. Number two, though, talking about ones, we didn't really talk about it too much in this video, but play more ones. I mean, that's why Rets is so good. He has this mentality where, you know, if he's going to get punished, he's going to get punished, so he has to do things right himself. And then the third takeaway is check out that YouTube channel. Whatever Retselom is doing with GifYourGame, the mashups he's creating, they are incredible. His videos are so damn entertaining. I can't say enough good things about it. So please go check him out. One final time, thank you to you, Rets. Thank you to you watching, and we'll be back in about a week for one more episode, and then we'll take it from there. I'm pretty excited, and I hope you are too. Bye.